Hello there, witchy people and any people who are interested. Welcome to my channel. My name is Kristy. I am a spiritual warrior of Oz. Today I'd like to talk to you about why I became a witch and why I love being a witch and how Wicca suits me in my life. So if you want to grab a cup of tea, settle down and we'll talk. Oh, it's hot. A nice lemon and ginger. So for me, I find that Wicca really brings me into balance with my life. It makes me feel in touch with the earth. It makes me feel very connected to the earth, which is very important to me. Most of the time I feel grounded and relaxed and happy, and I feel like it's because I'm in tune with nature and I'm in tune with the universe. I'm not bashing my head up against it. I'm not blaming other people for things that happen to me. I'm simply just trying to live my life the best I can and trying to only bestow happiness upon others and myself, and also just trying to have a good life. I really find delight in nature and the environment around me, and I feel like when I'm doing Wiccan rituals or practice, or even just taking that moment of mindfulness in your daily life, that I feel that I get to slow down from this busy world. It seems so busy, and then of course, yeah, I get to deal with Wicca. I get to deal with the elements. So I get to deal with the elements of air and water and fire and earth, and you know, you can feel it. It's there. I can feel the vibration of everything, and it's simply amazing, and I truly love it. For me personally as well, I find that it's really comforting to be able to ask a deity for help, or ask for the fairies' help with finding things and that sort of thing. My faith gives me a great sense of knowing where I am in the world, you know, feeling very grounded, feeling very in tune with the earth, and that's what I love about Wicca, and how, you know, I can ask Gaia or the goddess or the god for something to help me, give me strength to be able to get through things, you know, even though I also do believe you have your own personal strength, but we all have times when our personal strength isn't the best. So, you know, to me, I feel like, what harm can it do to ask a deity for a bit of assistance in things? So I love working with fairy magic. As you may know if you've watched any of my other videos, my garden is very much set up to get those fairies in and help them. Sometimes, yes, fairies, it can be tricky and naughty, that's for sure, but they can be very helpful too. So I was taught you leave out sparkly things, shiny things, or simply ask them. You know, so many times things have gone missing in our house, and I thought, you know, anyone in the house, it's basically just call out to the fairies and say, fairies, give it back, because they're cheeky little things, and they just really, I don't think that they think of things in the same way we do. They're playful little creatures. They're gorgeous, and you know, they really can help you find things if you just ask. So, you know, just ask. What else? Food magic. That's something I love about being a witch. Food magic. I have been trained as a chef, so I do love food. But you know, when you put that magical intent into food, or you just use a little bit of herbs and spices that are just going to be like the magic touch, and it's really amazing how that is like a spell in itself. And yeah, it can do wonderful things, and it's so simple. you know, like you ingest it. And teas as well. Teas, you know, I've read up a lot about how different teas and coffees, coffee is good for different things, and for manifesting things, or, you know, making things come your way. And I don't feel like there's any harm in it. I think that is one point that is also important in Wicca, is always the importance that you are, you know, you are just one person, and it's not your duty to be, you know, thirsty for power or take control of things. I don't think that's what Wicca embodies, to me anyway. To me, it's more of a sharing thing. It's more of a giving thing. Giving back to the earth, enjoying the earth, experiencing the earth. And yeah, I said you can ask for a little bit of help. If you need help with things, you can do a spell for lots of different reasons. Yeah, as long as there's all the good intent, the right intent, you know, to harm no one. That's what pretty much I say at the end of every spell. So mote it be, and harm ye none, for the good of all, let it be done. So I usually say at the end of my spells, just to enforce that no one's out there to be hurt, that it is for the good of all. And that, I think, is the best thing. So how did I become a witch? Well, I always felt a sense of oneness with the earth. I always felt like there was something more than just the physical realm. And I always believed magic to exist. To me, it was always existing. And I'm fortunate that my nan is very much on that scale, that she, you know, always told me about fairies are real and we don't discount this sort of thing. So I was sort of brought up in that way a little bit. So the older I got, the more I felt like, you know, Wicca and witchcraft were pulling me in. I was only 9 when I started to buy incense and fall in love with candles. And from there, by the time I was a teenager, I was doing spells, and I was surprised when I did them that they actually worked. Like, I was just like, wow, this is real. This is no joke. This is, must be treated with care, you know, like, you always got to treat it with care, and make sure you're careful what you wish for. Always be careful what you wish for, because you never know what you're going to get. The universe can throw out all sorts of different answers to a question. I think there's balance in the universe. There's definitely, it's like chemistry in a way, that, you know, this element plus this element equals this compound, but that can go many different ways. There's lots of different ways to do a sum. So, you got to be careful. Always be careful when you do spells. Exactly what you say, what your intention is, and hopefully it turns out the best for you and for everyone. So that's me on how I love being a witch, and how Wicca has been part of my journey. I understand totally. Anybody is entitled to have their own sense of their own journey, and their own sense of their own religion, and anyone can choose whichever religion they like, as long as no one gets harmed. I think that is the most important thing. But this is my journey. Wicca is part of my journey, very important part of my journey, and I wouldn't change it for a second. And thank you for being part of my journey. And sure, if you like this video, share it, like, subscribe, whatever. Have a good day. Blessed be.